A girl hangs upside down in a wrecked car, her leg crushed between twisted metal. Surrounded by dense forest, and the man who once saved her turns out to be her greatest threat. This is Mallorie's story, a woman who sets out on a journey just 2 weeks before her wedding. A journey she almost never returns from. The story begins with Mallorie Rutledge driving alone from San Francisco to Denver. She's set to marry her fiancé Brad, and she's behind the wheel of his blue Ford Bronco, on her way to start a new life with him. But along the drive, she notices strange things inside the car, old service cards, odd details that don't add up. Unsettled, she slips off her engagement ring and studies it. It's clear that doubts about the marriage have already taken root in her mind. Just then, her younger sister Ella video calls her. Their parents are no longer alive, which has made the two sisters especially close. Ella asks why Mallorie is taking such a deserted road. Mallorie brushes it off, saying her GPS routed her this way, but really, she just needed some time alone. The moment the call ends, a voice message from Brad comes in. He tells her an urgent business deal means their honeymoon is canceled. The news crushes her. She was giving up her city, her sister, her entire old life for him, and he'd changed their plans without even asking. A while later, the car suddenly jolts and stalls dead in the middle of the road. No phone signal, no way to call for help. Overheated and frustrated, Mallorie steps behind the car to change her shirt, and that's when a stranger's voice calls out from the bushes. The man introduces himself as Christian. Calm, well-spoken. He says he doesn't have a phone, but he can take a look at the engine. Within minutes, the car starts. Mallorie tries to pay him, but he refuses and walks off down the road. But something makes Mallorie uneasy about leaving him out here alone. She turns the car around and offers him a ride to the highway. Christian gets in, and this is where the real journey begins. One that ends far more terrifying than Mallorie could have imagined. At first, the conversation flows easily. Music plays, they talk about family. Mallorie shares details about her wedding and the move to Denver. Christian doesn't reveal much about himself, only that he used to come to this area with his father as a kid. But as the final highway turn approaches, Christian's demeanor shifts. He mentions a cheap motel up ahead where he plans to stay. Then he says something strange, that out of this entire vast, empty area, Mallorie's car broke down in exactly the spot he happened to be. He keeps calling it fate again and again. Mallorie tries to brush it off, but the next moment, he says something deeply uncomfortable about her. Furious, she pulls over and tells him to get out. That's when Christian pulls a knife on her. Mallorie realizes, in that instant, she's picked up the wrong man. Christian orders her to drive quietly toward that same abandoned motel. When she asks why he's doing this to her, he calmly turns the blame back on her every choice. He says was hers stopping the car, offering the ride, all of it. But Mallorie isn't the type to give up. She notices the seatbelt warning light glowing on the dashboard. Christian never buckled in. Ahead lies a sharp curve, followed by a guardrail. She realizes fighting him head-on would be suicide. She has exactly one shot. She suddenly floors the accelerator and yanks the wheel straight toward the guardrail. The car plunges into the ravine, rolling several times before landing upside down near a riverbank. When she comes to, Mallorie realizes her leg is trapped, crushed between the dashboard and mangled metal. The seatbelt kept her alive, but now she can't move at all. And Christian, thrown clear of the car in the crash, but barely hurt, he gets up and comes back not to help, but to see just how bad her situation is. He tells her she's bleeding a lot, but no major vein was cut, so she won't die quickly. Then, smiling, he adds, she's the one who drove them into the ravine, so she can find her own way out. He walks away, leaving her trapped alone in the overturned car. Now begins Mallorie's real ordeal. Her phone is gone, her screams don't carry. The nights bring cold and the sounds of wild animals. When the water runs out, she drinks rainwater. When hunger becomes unbearable, she's forced to eat the meat of a rat just to survive. The next day, Christian returns with a chilling update. He mentions that the family from a nearby cabin has come back and jokes darkly about what happened to them. It's clear he's done something terrible to them too. He tosses her phone and a small tool bag. Inside is a small saw not meant for cutting the car frame, but to push her toward the unthinkable cutting off her own leg. That night, a storm rolls in, heavy rain pours down, and the radio crackles with a flood warning. A spark of hope. When Christian returns again, Mallorie plays a dangerous card. She fakes her own death. As he leans in close to check on her, she pulls out a hidden knife and strikes him, grabs his car keys, and triggers the alarm. A passing sheriff's deputy stops at the noise, but Christian smoothly plays the innocent traveler and lures the deputy toward the cabin, completely ignoring Mallorie's screams. The river keeps rising, and the car begins to drift. In a last desperate push, Mallorie saws at her trapped leg, and just then, the current jolts the car hard enough to loosen the dashboard, freeing her leg at last. Injured and barely able to walk, she drags herself out of the raging river and limps toward the same cabin, where she hears a child crying. Inside, she finds that Christian has killed the deputy and is preparing to put on his uniform, while a little girl named Katie lies bound nearby. Mallorie grabs the officer's gun and frees Katie, but Christian returns. A brutal struggle breaks out between them, hiding under a table. Blood trails giving her away, a desperate chase that ends on a balcony. With the last of her strength, Mallorie shoves Christian off the balcony straight onto the same bear trap she'd spotted earlier. It snaps shut on his leg, and now he's the one facing the same pain, the same impossible choice. Mallorie tosses his knife toward him and tells him he now has the same choice he once forced on her. Then she takes Katie's hand and walks away without looking back, while Christian is left screaming in agony. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like the video and let us know in the comments what you thought of Mallorie's fight for survival. Hit the bell icon so you never miss another gripping story.